And now we'll listen to Angelo Karagiorgos, a blogger from Greece.
So, thank you, Yuri, first of all, for having me here. It's an honor once again, and it's an honor to be in front of everybody here with so great thoughts about the situation right now in our world. In the Holy Bible, we find many references about this tale of the two cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. These two wicked cities that were exceptionally full of sins. They were unhospitable, they had a lot of pride, and we can say that they were totally, there was totally the absence of God. But what was really the biggest sin that brought the divine justice and brought rain, brought fire and sulfur from the skies? In the prophet Ezekiel, we learn that they were engaging in abominable or hideous acts. In Leviticon, we learn that when the word hideous is used, it clearly means homosexuality. Also in Genesis, we learn that when the two angels that appeared as men in Sodom and Gomorrah and were hosted by Lot, the people of Sodom and Gomorrah surrounded the house and tried to knock down the door, asking Lot to bring these two men out in order to know them better, meaning to copulate with them. As well in the New Testament, in the Epistle of Jude, we are learning that in Sodom and Gomorrah there was unnatural lust. Therefore, we understand that this is why the term sodomite is attached to homosexuality. I myself come from a small country, it is Greece. It is the country of Plato, of Aristotle. It is the country whose language was used for the word of the Lord in the New Testament. And my country is the first Orthodox country in the whole world that has legalized same-sex marriage. And as well, they have the opportunity to have children, as they say. But the children can be had through a surrogate female body, of course. Also, in the second largest city of Greece, in the beginning of June, will be hosted for about 10 days the Euro Pride. Unfortunately, this is the situation, but let me say that this doesn't only happen in Greece, but it is a common agenda. So we see the United Nations, all these large organizations, WHO, promoting this idea under the term of inclusivity. And they even give instructions at schools on in which way to accept these LGBTQs, and etc., because they are adding letters, because there are a lot of sexes. The thing is that with the word bi, they mean bisexual, implying that there are two sexes. You see, even with their own language, they can't avoid speaking about the natural reality. But how come the world has reached this situation that an idea that was previously unthinkable now is becoming a policy, has become a policy? The process can be described with the model of Overton's window. The model of Overton's window describes how an idea from unthinkable can sometimes become a policy, a politically acceptable idea. So in the beginning, when an idea is unthinkable, means that only science can touch it, because science is objective and can research about everything. But as science is researching on something, After some time, some radicals start understanding it, and the idea becomes radical. After some point, the idea from radical starts becoming acceptable. Later on, it becomes sensible. Later on, it becomes popular. And after becoming popular, then it is the time to become a policy. The thing is that how can this also happen? Does it happen by itself, like they say to us? The control of information, the control of media that is surely taking place can help in that, or actually is doing that. So gradually they start promoting the idea and they change their wording as time is passing, pushing the overtones window. And again, somebody may ask, how can all the media be controlled? They can, because the elite class can actually print money out of thin air. So they have the power to send the money where it is needed and to whoever is shooting the agenda. So this is a process that is happening globally, as we said, because there is the Bank of International Settlements, and is the central bank of the central banks, and all the central banks of the world belong to the Bank of International Settlements. And then this bank is giving the policies to all the others, and all the others can make money out of thin air and then promote the ideas that they want to promote. This is how the situation is working. And then we are talking about a pyramid now. We are talking about them, and we call them, and we say they do, and all of these things. But who are really they? And who is the one that is the top of the pyramid? I'm afraid that this is right in front of our eyes. The previous days, we watched Eurovision where many LGBTQs participated, and actually someone won. A boy that thinks that is LGBTQ won and says he's neutral. But the most important thing is that from Ireland, there was a lady that describes herself as LGBTQ, performed in front of everyone's eyes a satanic ritual and made very good impressions from what we saw. So you understand that the enemy of humanity is right in front of our eyes and is none other than the one that Jesus Christ, our Lord, called the devil. And the devil is clearly at the moment trying to copy God in every possible way. First of all, we have the idea of transhumanism, the connection of humans with machines, with the use of technology, with the use of microchips and all. We're talking about humanity 2.0, as Yuri wrote in his new book. And there, we are talking about a new humanity, of course. As well, he wants to create his own world, a digital world, his own creation, the metaverse, where he is making there all the rules 100%. Also, he wants to be ubiquitous. He wants to surveil us, be everywhere, know everything. And not only that, but he also wants to know what we think with the use of microchips in our brains, like the ones of Elon Musk. He also wants us to denounce the matter, and his way of doing it is like what the World Economic Forum said, that we have nothing, but we will be happy. Also their prophet, Yuval Noah Harari, talked about an ark in the case that there is a huge cataclysm, And with this huge cataclysm, if this happens, the elites are going to build an ark and go there and be saved. We also talk about the wisdom of God. And he has created the most intelligent robot with the name Sophia, which in Greek means wisdom. Also, we are talking about the Holy Communion, where we drink the body and blood of Christ. And as we know, the elites are drinking blood, especially from children, in order to remain forever young. All of these point in a direction where there is total absence of God, exactly like Sodom and Gomorrah. The scienticism means that we, humanity, let's say, the way they describe it to us, can be God in the place of God. This is the idea. And humanity, they say, that we can do it by ourselves, without God. So, after all these thoughts, because all these processes that I am describing don't only have to do with homosexuality, for example, the Overton's window, or the use of money to promote any idea they want. We are talking about the Agenda 2030. We are talking about surveillance, control, digitalization with the use of technology. And for all these ideas, they are using the Overton's window, and they are pushing money towards all of these directions of Agenda 2030. And what could be our answer to this? We have to struggle towards true diversity. God gave everybody talents, different talents. And every one of us has a different way of learning life, dealing with life, reaching God, evolving, and all. So this is the true diversity that we should struggle. Everyone has his own way of moving through life. And this is the beauty of creation. This is what we should aim for. Apart from that, we should also do our best to really protect life, which homosexuality obviously doesn't, and all the other ideas, the surveillance and generally this use of technology. We have to, at last, leave everything behind. We have to really follow the words of our Lord Jesus Christ and try to really understand the way that we can reach God. We have to unlearn all the things that we learned since birth, all this fake education to take us away from God, unlearn all of this and start understanding better the words of our Lord, going towards Him, having real love about life, having real understanding, and in the very end, never look back, unlike Lot's wife. Thank you very much.